Welcome to Watching the Game. I'm your host, Idris Muhammad Kudaimi. I'm again joined by Adam Musleh and Auda Isa, and today joined by a special guest, my cousin Yasser Kudaimi.
What up, guys?
Very
So,
special.
What's up?
the past 3 days we've had no NBA action due to the strikes, but we'll finally be back tomorrow, resuming the games that were supposed to be played on Wednesday. First up, we have Magic Bucks. Bucks are up 3-1 in the series. Do we think the Magic have any chance at winning and forcing a Game 6, Adam?
Absolutely not.
I do believe that.
If Giannis goes on a trip tomorrow to outside the bubble, maybe.
No, they could win one more game. They won the
There's
first
no
game.
shot.
They could.
Yeah, they won the
They-
first
they
game
have it
because
on-
the
they
Bucks
have it
weren't
in 'em.
prepared.
They have it in them.
I think Game 1 was definitely an outlier because the Bucks had beaten them by 17 points per game in the regular season, 4 matchups, and in the 3 wins since, they've beaten them by 15 points each time. So
Yeah,
I
just blown them
really don't think the Magic have much of a chance, especially since none of the injured players have come back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I think they'll definitely win, and I don't think them playing an extra game will affect their matchup against Miami because they sweep Pacers.
Yeah, I think
I
honestly,
mean, he might be ready for the Bucks though, because they had that longer amount of time
Yeah.
to just rest
Yeah.
up.
Plus the
But
Bucks
and then
struggle against
also
the Heat.
game plan to like how are you gonna stop Giannis?
Bam Adebayo. He's known to stop Giannis.
At this point, the way the Bucks play in the playoffs, literally just force the ball out of Giannis' hands. Like, make someone else beat you. Hold Giannis to like
Yeah.
20, 25 points. Make someone else be the scorer.
The thing is, you can't stop him though. You know, you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
only
it's
you
hard
can
to
slow him
stop him.
down.
Try and slow him down.
Yeah.
Slow him down to like, I don't even know, 20. If you can get him around 25 points and keep him there, that's like
Yeah.
that's a W right there. You
Yeah.
won right there.
There are certain players that you can't stop. You just have to slow them down.
Yeah.
I think a weakness is like you gotta force like George Hill and Eric Bledsoe. You gotta force them to take shots because you know they're not really shot creators.
yeah,
gotta-
I'm with you. I think my prediction is Bucks win probably the closest game between the two of them this year, but the Bucks pull out the win
Yeah.
and end the series in 5. You guys?
I just can't see this. I just can't see this going in 6.
I can see the Magic winning one more. I don't know why.
I think they'll ball them out.
I can see
Unless
Nikola
Vucevic-
Vucevic going off.
Yeah, like unless Vucevic has like 40 plus, I just don't
Yeah.
see this going to the game 7 or game 6 rather.
If Vucevic scores 40 plus, man.
He's capable of it. He's been showing it.
He had 35 game 1.
Yeah.
He got 30 the next team too.
Well, let's move on to the second game. The real intriguing game. Rockets Thunder tied 2-2, and now with the extra rest, Russell Westbrook is back.
I think Russell Westbrook is the X factor in this series. I think they have a great chance
I
of
think
winning the next 2 games, ending it.
I think it's
in
over
6. Yeah.
6
Yeah,
games.
it-
Honestly,
It should be kind of over.
the Rockets did basically win pretty handily games 1 and 2. Thunder, games 3 and 4 were close though.
Yeah.
Rockets with Westbrook back though, I don't know if the Thunder can hang with them.
Maybe.
To be
I don't know.
fair, the Thunder did win 2 of the meetings in the regular season.
Westbrook could make them worse though. He's not a playoff
No.
performer.
He's
I
a
don't
playoff
know.
performer.
I don't think he makes them worse in any
Well, I mean,
way.
he doesn't make them like so much better, but it helps them.
Dude, they're adding another superstar.
Yeah,
to
but he's not a playoff performer. I don't see him just going off.
How
in
is
the
he not a
playoffs.
playoff performer? He had playoff P last year. Can't even count that.
Well, he's
Yeah.
definitely not amazing in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
I mean
like,
that's what I
yeah,
meant.
but he's not bad to like the Paul George degree in the playoffs. Obviously, that's a
still
whole
a
nother
solid-
level.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think for sure Game 5 will go to the Rockets. The question will be, will the Thunder be able to adapt for Westbrook in Game 6.
Yeah. I don't know. But who do they have to guard Westbrook and Harden?
Exactly.
That's the yeah. I'm just realizing that
Oh,
now.
Yeah, they have Dort for Harden, but I don't think
Yeah.
any of the-
Dort?
Yeah, man.
He's a great defender.
He
can play
I
D.
don't know.
Yeah, Ludor is a great defender. What are you talking about?
I haven't heard much about him.
To be fair, he does nothing offensively right now. He's still raw
That's the
there.
thing.
In his career,
They
he
had-
averages. Russell Westbrook averages 23, 7, and 8 in his career as a
In the playoffs,
In the playoffs.
The thing is about the Rockets.
that's pretty damn good.
It's hard to stop them defensively, so the only way to beat them is just to rack up points. They need to rack up so many points to beat them.
But that's the thing. Their small ball lineup.
Yeah.
If you just feed it, if you just say, okay, they can't guard us down low, we're just gonna keep feeding our big man. Then you're trading 2s for 3s. They're just gonna keep hitting 3s, and
Yeah.
you're just gonna keep making layups. So
Yeah, you just have to rack up points against them.
Two under the radar people a little bit for both teams. I'll start with the Thunder. I feel like Danilo Gallinari, he's been playing okay, but like when he's knocking down the 3 ball and he's playing really well, he actually like really boosts the Thunder's offense. And then
Yes.
for the Rockets, also Jeff Green has been playing great.
Oh man,
Oh yeah.
uh,
He's
Jeff
very
Green, yeah.
He's very underrated.
this may be the first offseason in which Jeff Green does not sign a 1-year contract if he keeps playing like this. So I'll take the Rockets in 6.
Yeah, I have them winning the next 2.
Yeah, I think they'll win the next 2.
I think they'll win the next 2 as well.
I think they'll both be very close games though.
Thunder have a chance to sneak one in.
They do have a chance to make this go 7.
Yeah.
Alright.
But
And
like,
then-
dude, they're just more talented, like at the top. Like with Harden and Westbrook, they're the
superstar
top 2
talent.
players. And then like, who do the Thunder have? They have Chris Paul, but they don't have like
Shea.
they don't have that number 1 superstar.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
Shea can get you buckets, but like you
Paul-
wouldn't
Yeah.
you wouldn't consider him a superstar yet.
They have Schroeder off the bench too.
True.
They
He's
have
been
a
solid.
lot. Yeah, they have a lot of potential in that team.
Yeah.
Give them a few years, they're gonna be good.
Yeah, they're a pretty
Sam-
young team too.
Sam Presti is a serious genius. Alright, moving on to the last game that we expect to occur Saturday. Lakers Blazers. Unfortunately, the Blazers will be without Damian Lillard. He's left the bubble.
Who wouldn't have
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Lakers are probably at an all-time high in confidence.
Is this even a question? Who's gonna win?
Over right here, they're gonna ball 'em out.
known. It wouldn't even matter. 30 piece. They're getting 30
$1 million
piece.
to 0. Easy.
They're getting 30
This is a
piece.
guaranteed.
Alright,
Triple guarantee.
Yeah.
don't sleep on my boy Melo, guys. Come on
Dude.
now.
What?
Melo can drop 30. Listen to this. Melo can drop 30 and they'll still lose tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
He's not gonna drop
Dude,
30. That's
without
the
Dame,
thing
you're
too.
nothing.
Without Dame, they had no chance. Unless McCollum comes out and drops
Yeah.
50. McCollum could drop 50.
He
but,
can. He has that.
Like, he definitely has
Same
a
with
talent.
Melo. Yeah.
I think Melo will drop 30, but they'll probably lose. They'll probably lose by 20. I'll say 20.
Yeah. They could shock us all and keep it close, but there's no way they're winning.
Yeah.
I agree.
Alright, so now that we finished with those NBA predictions, let's move on to our next segment. So we began our NFL preview on Wednesday, predicting the NFC North, in which we had the Bears at the top, Lions at the bottom, and we couldn't really figure out if we put the Vikings second or Packers third or second. But we both said those two teams would be definitely in the wild card race while the Bears win the division. Now today we'll be previewing the NFC South, which saw a big name come. But let's begin with the division winners from last year, New Orleans Saints. They went 13-3 last season, but were upset in the wild card round against the Vikings in overtime. Obviously, Drew Brees is back yet again. They have Jameis Winston as their new backup quarterback, in case he gets hurt like last year. How do we see Drew Brees playing this year?
I don't see him doing as well as he did last year.
I don't think
We
he'll
think-
drop off
He's-
just because his weapons got upgraded again. They got Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Kamara comes back healthy too.
Kamara's still a stud. They have Michael Thomas.
Yeah, I think Michael Thomas. I think he goes off for another great season this year.
I don't know.
I feel like Emmanuel Sanders is a pretty underrated signing, like in the overall grand scheme
that
of
was a
things.
great
Yeah.
signing.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
a great
huge.
signing.
Because the weak point the past few years has been a number 2 wide receiver.
Hmm
Finally have an established guy there. Like Jared
It's
Cook
just-
is good. He's still going to be very good this year, but you don't want the tight end as the number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
Still have one of the top O-lines in the league, even though they released Larry Warford, drafted Cesar Ruiz in the first round. I
Cesar
know,
Ruiz, great offensive
I know you
lineman
like that. I know you
out of
like
Michigan.
Michigan boy.
that. Defensively, Cameron Jordan, Sheldon Rankins will be back.
They got Malcolm
And
Jenkins.
they picked up Malcolm Jenkins too.
Like he's kind of washed up now, isn't he?
I think he'll
think
be
he's
solid.
still decent. He's still decent.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think
He's
he's,
a good
still
leader.
an
He's a leader.
upgrade over Von Bell. Von Bell left. I think he's still an upgrade over him.
Yeah.
He's a good locker room presence. He's like a
Well,
I don't
he had
even know.
some controversy, but I
that's
think
a little though.
I think he's
And they still have Marshawn Lattimore.
Yeah.
Marshall
I think he-
Lattimore's a stud.
I think he's gonna turn into one of the best cornerbacks in the league.
Oh, and they have Lattimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they also have Janoris Jenkins will be on the roster from the beginning of the year this time. And then Demario Davis last year, super underrated. He's back. Oh,
Yeah.
to be fair, the rest of their linebacking core besides him is a little bit lacking. So, in a tougher division this year, do we see the Saints winning again?
They're going over 10 wins. I don't know
They're
how
good.
many
I
wins,
think
but I know
I think they're
going
gonna win the division again.
over. Yeah.
They play Tampa Bay first game of the season too, which is gonna be a great game.
That'll be a fun game, yeah. I mean, they're Idris. You said their linebacker core was subpar. I mean, it's not that awful. They have Kiko Alonso. He's a quality guy, and they drafted.
I don't think
He just
Kiko
picks up too many flags. Kiko Alonso.
Anzalone and Alonso are
Adam
not
Hunter.
that good.
It's a
Like,
lot.
if the Saints are fine at literally every position. If there's one weak spot, it's linebacker.
Yeah.
They drafted Zach Bond. That's
They traded a lot of it. They are definitely going all in. I feel like this is definitely Drew Brees' last year. They're going as
think it's-
all in as
you
they
think
can
Is
it's
his
be.
contract
make
for
or
more
break?
than 1 year?
No, I'm pretty sure it's 1 year.
Let's look at his contract. Let's see.
Either way, I mean, I just don't think.
Oh, it's 2 year, 50 million.
Yeah, it's 2 years.
So,
Eh.
At least 2 more years out of him.
Either way, this is definitely another make or break year. 3 straight years winning the division, but
They should
Three
be.
Going
straight-
nowhere in playoffs.
Yeah. Well, they
absolutely
should
the
have went to the
worst
Super Bowl. They had the worst
worst
luck.
So
playoff
unlucky.
losses ever.
They had
So
the
I mean,
worst
first-
luck.
Minneapolis Miracle.
That was
Nickel Roby Coleman no call, and then another overtime loss last
Yeah,
year.
somehow Kirk
It's almost
Cousins going off.
like I can feel bad for them the first 2 games that you mentioned, but last year against the Saints,
they
like,
deserved
come
to
on
win.
now.
You know, I've noticed
Like,
when I
who
was
does-
watching, they were doing so well with Taysom Hill, but every time they throw in Drew Brees as quarterback, I don't know what happened. They played worse somehow. Like they
I don't
they were
believe-
gaining
Yeah.
yards with Taysom Hill out there.
Because
Taysom Hill is gonna be great.
Yeah.
Taysom Hill is probably their future. I don't think
Yeah.
Jameis stays there.
No, I think they use him as a backup for now.
All right, the record prediction. I think they go. Last year they went 13-3. I think tougher division, but they're still at the top. I'll say 12-4, maybe 11-5, but I'm leaning 12-4.
They're going over 10 wins. I don't know how many wins over 10, but I know they're just gonna go over 10 wins.
I'm gonna go with 11-5. To be honest, they actually have a pretty tough schedule this year. Looking at it, they play
The
NFC
Bears,
North, tough division.
49ers.
They play 49ers. They play the Chiefs. Yeah, it's not gonna be an easy one. They play Philly. So I think 11-5 for them this season.
That's fair. I'll say 12-4.
All right, let's move on to Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tampa.
Why'd you say
Frick.
Tampa?
Oh man, Brady did the unthinkable, left the Patriots, and is now with Bruce Arians in Tampa. I'd say running back is still a little bit of a weak point. Ronald
Yeah,
Jones.
I like
Ronald Jones did
Dare
well last year,
Ogunbowale.
but
Yeah.
Ronald Jones did well last year, but we still have to see more from him. They definitely have a top 5 wide receiver duo in the league.
Probably number 1.
It's up there for sure. It's
Yeah,
up there.
I would say number 1. I would say number 1. Who else? Who would you take over Chris Godwin and Mike
Yeah.
Evans?
I'm not. I'm saying I have to think about it, but
Even the
other
whole,
receiver duos. Oh, Gallup and
What?
Cooper is decent.
No, dude.
Oh,
No.
no.
Cooper's not even better than Godwin and Evans.
He's better than Godwin. He's not better than
no.
Evans.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe-
they're close.
I mean, he has
Julio-
Prescott throwing to him too.
Julio and Calvin Ridley maybe. D Hop and
Yeah.
Christian Kirk maybe.
Yeah, they had Winston was throwing the ball to Evans and Godwin. Imagine having Brady throwing the ball to them.
Even outside of the receivers,
I
like
feel
the
like
whole receiving core with their
Yeah.
tight ends, they have Gronk, Cameron
That-
Brate,
OJ
tight
Howard.
end.
and OJ Howard.
Yeah.
I don't think, like, honestly, the only thing about Jameis is that they still produced a lot on offense. They're probably gonna produce, if anything, a little bit less, just because Brady's not gonna throw the
Probably
ball
will
as.
produce a little
Yeah,
less.
he's a
He's
not
not
gonna
gonna throw
check down
he's not gonna throw
passer.
50,000. He's not gonna throw 50 touchdowns.
yeah.
The only thing
But
is-
he won't.
He'll have another
50
30
receptions.
touchdowns like Winston last year, but not 30 picks. He'll have like 5 picks.
Actually, I don't know about
Yep,
30.
true.
Offensive line, they drafted Tristan Wirfs.
They got better
Not-
online.
Better offensive line. They have the second best O line in the division after the Saints. Defensively, very interesting
They were
because
a
last
top
year
10 defense last year, I think.
they started off pretty bad, but
They
got
have a
better, they
young.
got better.
They have a young
Yeah.
defense.
Todd Bowles helped them like get over the hump. I mean,
I forgot
They
they had Todd
signed,
Bowles
uh,
as DC.
They signed LaShawn McCoy. That's a
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but
We'll
he's
pick up
very
running
injury
back.
prone.
Watch.
He sits out
He's
a lot.
He didn't even
So-
play for that much for the Chiefs
Yeah,
last
he didn't
year.
even play in the Super Bowl.
true.
It's just their third string, if anything. Vita Vea is already one of the top nose tackles in the league.
Levante David.
Levante David still somehow underrated. Crazy.
Who's their
Devin
corners?
White.
I know they
Devin White.
Oh yeah, the rook. Yeah, their second.
Yeah.
Year. He was. He
Shaq-
had
Oh,
a
yeah.
good rookie year.
Barrett-
And I
Shaq
love
Barrett.
Devin White. I love
Barrett
Devin
is
White
cool.
at LSU. He was a monster.
Who are their corners?
They
I don't
have Antoine Winfield at safety.
Yeah, that's the problem. They're DBs.
Yeah, the
Oh,
weakest
don't
point
forget
is
they have
definitely-
who's that DN who got like the most sacks last year?
Shaq Barrett. I just
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that.
He's
Yeah.
gotten some recognition, so I think he might get the Donald and Mac treatment this
Yeah.
year.
At corner they have a couple young guys like Carlton Davis, Jamel
they're-
Dean,
Yeah,
John Murphy, Bunting. These guys, I was reading about them. Apparently they did pretty well last year.
Yeah.
Might have a bright future at corner, but I
Possibly, yeah.
still don't think those guys are like.
Yeah, they're not ready.
Well, if you think about it, last year Winston just kept throwing interceptions, putting them on short fields, and just like keeping them out there to dry. I think this year they won't have like they won't have to play as much because Tom Brady is more of a game manager type player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
that's
so
very
I
true.
think that so they'll have like better. They'll be better rested each possession. I think they'll be better.
Also, their D-backs, even though they're not that good, they definitely great front seven helps them for sure.
Yeah.
Hell, they have Sue. I forgot they have
Yeah, they have
Ndamukong
He's
Suh.
kind
Ndamukong
of
Suh.
washed now though. He's not
He's still
performing
like
as well
still
as
a
he
one
used
great
to.
for a defensive
Yeah.
for the line.
He's a good anchor.
I think I've got them going 10-6, 9-7.
Yeah, I say that. It depends how
So-
good Brady does
Yeah.
out
It
of
all
the Belichick
depends on how
system.
Brady plays.
I don't know.
Should be
Yeah.
wild card 6-7 seed.
I don't know if he's gonna do well
Dude,
out of
what
the
if-
Belichick
what if-
system.
Yeah. What if Brady just comes out and sucks? Like, what
Yeah.
if he actually is a
Nah.
system QB?
Then if
Bro,
that's the
Bruce
case,
Arians-
Belichick is the best quarterback of. I mean, not quarterback, coach of all time. If that's the case.
Bruce Arians is himself an offensive genius.
Yeah.
Hell, if
but I'm
anything,
saying
it's
if-
McDaniels.
But that
No,
Belichick system,
no, it was
though,
Belichick.
yeah.
I think
Bro-
if Brady comes out this year and isn't good, like they go like 7-9, 8-8,
Yeah.
and they don't make the playoffs, that just proves Belichick
Yeah.
is the greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, 100%. Well, he already is.
Because he's done more with less in not Green Bay.
New England.
yes. So you guys think 10-6, 9-7 saw their schedule?
Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, I
see
go
them-
10-6 with them.
It's all on Brady.
Yeah, 100% on Brady.
The pieces are there for him to succeed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He-
it's all. It's
he's
all
got everything he wants.
He needs to start throwing the deep ball now.
I don't even
can't-
know if
he-
he has an arm still.
He can't really do.
They're saying
He can't really do check down passes anymore. Like he
they're
used
saying
to.
it. They're saying in training camp that his arm it looks like it's stronger than ever. It's what they
Yeah.
were saying.
And he can't do that much screens now because what running backs they have.
All right, so let's move on to the Carolina Panthers. New coach Matt Rule from Baylor.
They got Joe Brady too
They are Joe Brady.
from LSU.
This is a rebuilding team. They got rid of
I
Cam
like their-
Newton.
I
give me a
like the
sec.
offseason they had.
Yeah,
My bad.
they got a much better coaching staff. They should be good.
Fired Rivera, released Cam. Luke Kuechly retired. So
They got
definitely heading
Bridgewater,
into a
too.
new era. So Bridgewater is the new
Yeah.
quarterback.
And they picked up
Um,
Robbie Anderson. I like that.
hmm Yeah, honestly,
Pretty
they
decent receiving core,
yeah.
yeah.
they have Curtis Samuel.
Robbie Anderson.
Yeah,
DJ
DJ.
Moore.
DJ
Moore.
Moore. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good.
It's a great receiving core.
core. Receiver.
Yeah,
Not even talking about McCaffrey.
Oh yeah, and then their
Fantasy
offense will be
monster.
great. Their offense will be great if their
Oh,
offensive line.
that's the
holds up.
thing. Yes, their offensive line. They lost Trey Turner, in the trade for Russell Okung for some reason. I have no idea what they were thinking there. They lost another offensive lineman, Greg Van Roten, to the Jets. So I have no idea how that unit is gonna hold up. Oh, they also released Greg Olson, so they don't have an NFL
Yeah,
proven
who's
tight
their
end.
Yeah.
hmm
They're hoping Ian Thomas can make the leap. And then
Thomas is
their
awful.
defense is just garbage.
yeah.
As in, like, I know they used
They
all
had
their
Derek
draft
Brown.
picks
They
on
drafted
defensive
Derek
players.
Brown
Yeah.
out of Auburn.
But especially this year, with less time to prepare for the season, considering they're relying on a bunch of young players, especially rookies on defense, it's not going to be
They
good.
probably won't do. They're not gonna do anything this year, but with the picks they made a lot of good picks. Derek Brown, Yatur Gross Matos, and Jeremy Chin. I think maybe 3 years and they'll be really good.
For people who don't know Yatur Gross Matos, that guy is a monster from Penn State.
He's a beast.
He absolutely destroys offensive lines, so hopefully he can translate to the NFL.
They might have their defensive line of the future. Brown, Brian Burns,
Brian
Yetur Gross Matos. Besides Shaq Thompson, they have question marks at linebacker.
Yeah.
And their secondary is also a mess. James Bradbury left. They released Eric Reed.
They're young.
lot of young players there,
They
except
got-
for Trey
They
Boston.
got Eli Apple.
Yeah, but
Open Eli
Oh man,
Apple.
they got
That's
Eli
huge.
Apple. Man, they're really gonna suck. Eli Apple's terrible.
I think they're gonna have the same record as last year, 5-11. I don't see them.
I
doing
think they
any
got
better.
worse.
I don't see them.
Honestly,
doing
I've got 3
I
and
mean-
13, 4 and 12.
worse. That low? Damn.
They have. I mean, look. Who on their schedule do you really think they can beat off?
They
They're
can-
in a.
Oh, wait, hold up. That's the preseason. I'm gonna do it. All right. Look,
Teddy Bridgewater though, like when
they
he
can beat the.
He was
I think they
he
can
was
beat- they
undefeated
can beat the
last year.
Cardinals.
yeah
They
when
play the
he
Washington football
Yeah,
team.
he was undefeated when he was surrounded by an amazing team with the Saints.
Yeah, but that system, the Saints system, revolved around Drew Brees, and you had to
They need the-
adapt
They
into
play the
it.
Lions.
It's not
Play
like
the
Bridgewater
Lions,
plays
that's
that
beatable.
different.
I mean,
They play the Lions. That's winnable. They play the Cardinals. That's winnable.
no, no.
Nah,
Nah, I think the Cardinals will beat the
Cardinals are a different team than last year. They got
Raiders, maybe
Definitely.
Chargers.
not an easy schedule here.
There's
Yeah.
about there's like 3 winnable games.
I think
They probably
That's
can
what I'm
win
saying.
one against
Raiders,
the Falcons.
Chargers,
Falcons.
And
Lions,
every
the
single
football
one
team.
of their games is gonna be like a shootout.
yeah.
I don't know. 3 and
Yes,
13, 4 and 12 for me.
I think 3
I
and
think-
13 is their low, and their ceiling is definitely
Like 7-9.
5 and 11. I don't even think they can get 7 and 9. No way.
I think their offense is good enough to keep them in games with DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Christian McCaffrey. Like, and then Teddy Bridgewater is a pretty adequate QB. I think they can stay in games. I don't know if they'll win a lot.
I feel like they should have just kept Cam this year. He could, I guess, blow it up anyway. The rest of the team.
It was a smart thing. for
Let
them
Cam
to
play
really
this
come.
last year, then move on, pick their quarterback of the future in 2021. We'll see. Let's get to the most.
They could
Probably
use
the most-
Teddy, they could use Teddy Bridgewater as a bridge QB.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's move on to the last team in the NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons. Famous 28-3 team. Last year they started off pretty badly. I think they were 1-7 in the first half of the season. They ended up 6-2 and saved Dan Quinn's job. Matt Ryan's back. Devontae Freeman is gone, replaced by
Todd
Tony's
Gurley.
Todd Gurley. I'm kidding.
I like that. I like that.
I feel bad
I
for
like-
Todd
I like
Gurley.
Georgia
His
boy
knees
going
are
back
really
home.
messed up.
No, I like the Todd Gurley pickup. I think he'll get healthy and he'll be a beast again. That's my
If he
prediction.
gets healthy, that's definitely great. Obviously, that's a big question. I think he's still an upgrade over Freeman either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, another top wide receiver duo, Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley.
I think
think
Calvin
Calvin
Ridley is
Ridley-
gonna have a great
he's a-
season this year.
Yeah, I agree. He's a stud. Him
They
Julio.
Lost
crazy.
Austin Hooper,
Yeah.
who had a great year last year. They replaced him with Hayden Hurst.
I think they like Hayden Hurst. They're telling him I'm seeing like they like him. They think he can be good.
And they traded a second-round pick for him, which is fine. Because the Ravens picked
don't
him in the
know.
first round just a couple years ago. They have some questions on the offensive line. Besides Jake Matthews and Alex Mack, I would say the other three positions are questionable.
Oh, yeah, they did lose
def-
Austin Hooper.
Austin Hooper went
Defense,
to the Browns.
yeah. Defensively, they still have Grady Jarrett, a monster.
Dante Fowler.
Yeah, they got
He
Dante
can-
Fowler.
He can be decent. Deion Jones is really good.
Fowler
Okay.
should be an upgrade over Vic
Did they
Beasley.
lose Desmond Trufant?
No.
Yeah, I
Oh
think
no,
he went to
Desmond
the
Trufant
Lions.
went to the Lions.
Yeah. They
Uh,
lost him.
They lost Devondre Campbell, one of their linebackers. So Deion Jones is gonna have a new partner. They picked AJ Terrell round 1.
I like
Keon-
that pick.
they
I
got
like
Keon-
Yeah, that's a
O'Neal.
really good pick.
Monte KZ, he's not bad.
Keanu O'Neal.
He had 7 picks the year before last. He was pretty good.
Yeah.
They need Isaiah Oliver to take a step up, and then hopefully Keanu O'Neal can stay healthy. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
that's
really
a
good,
big
but he's
question.
always
That's
injured.
the big question mark with this team. Like, they just get injured. A few years back, didn't they like opening game? A lot of their defensive players got injured.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like Monday night.
Yeah,
I mean,
they just gotta
this
stay
team still
healthy.
has most of the. They still have a lot of the players that went to the Super Bowl just 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
they can make the playoffs.
They
The
could.
def-
Yeah,
You're definitely in the hunt there.
Yeah.
They
offensive
start
line
off.
is offensive
They
line is just too much of a
start the
question
season
mark.
off really brutally. Though
Yeah,
they
they
play the
play.
Seahawks, Cowboys, Bears, and Packers.
Honestly, they.
If they can split those games, they're looking good for the
Yeah,
playoffs.
I think they go 1-3 in their first 4 games. To be
Yeah, I'm
honest.
with you. It's tough.
They just gotta not go 0-4. If they can split those games, that would be perfect.
Yeah.
Hopefully, not beat us though. Beat the Packers and the Cowboys.
Please, yes, please do not beat the Bears. And they play the Panthers, the Vikings, Lions, Panthers again. Uh,
And
they probably need a sweep of the Panthers more than
Yeah.
anyone else.
100%. Yeah.
their last 3 games, they play
Oh,
Tampa, Kansas City, and then Tampa again.
that's brutal.
That's a tough stretch.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Man, I don't know.
Damn.
This schedule was tough, dude.
I would say I don't even know.
They
Nine
need to
and seven.
split. They need to split with the Saints. They need to split with the Bucks, and then maybe they can make the playoffs.
9-7.
I think they go
I'd
8-8.
say-
Their ceiling's 9-7.
I don't think they make the playoffs though. 8-8.
Ceiling 9-7. They're
They
like
could get the 7th
the
seed,
worst
but
is like
it'll be
5-11.
9-7, 8-8. I think it's definitely gonna be close. I mean,
This is a make or break team.
if Dan Quinn doesn't make the playoffs this year, he's definitely getting fired.
I agree.
Should be a good.
So that means our predictions are: we got the Saints first, division winners.
Buccaneers
We
second.
got Buccaneers second. Most likely, we think they probably will be a wild card team.
Falcons third.
Falcons third,
Panthers
in the
last.
hunt. Maybe the 7th seed, but it'll be really tough. And then
Falcons
Panthers
honestly could be boom or bust.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Panthers will be one of the bottom teams in the league. 4-12, 3-13.
Yeah.
Bottom feeders. Tank for Trevor, you know.
Mhm.
Tank for T-Law. Beast.
You know. Alright, so that'll conclude our episode for today. After listening to this, I think you guys should go to ratethispodcast.com/WTG. Rate our podcast, get it more views, subscribers. Make sure to subscribe and follow on Spotify, and also to follow our Twitter
YouTube.
and our Instagram.
Subscribe to our YouTube.
And we'll be back this Monday with a recap of the weekend's sporting events. For Idris Mohammed Kudaimi, I'm signing off. Have a good one.
Thank you guys for having me on today. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, no problem. He'll definitely be back on many times, by the way.